Your guide is the fact that you are overcoming yourself, and it goes back to that thing. It's you versus you. It's you who you're trying to overcome. It's never about the outside, because no one knows what's going on in your mind. No one knows the inner demons that you have to fight with, the complacency that you have to fight with. Welcome yet again to another Motivational Maniac podcast. I go by the name of Thando Nkonyana. I'm your host. Another segment of You Already Know. To those who've tuned in, thank you so much. We greet this episode in the holy name of Shiva. And we are quite grateful to the Almighty that we got yet another opportunity. Today is an opportunity for us yet again, through His almighty grace, to embrace ourselves throughout the concrete jungle. We take stock of everything that has happened up until this point, and we actually realize that we are far blessed, and we actually to acknowledge ourselves sometimes. Gratitude is the great unlocker of sustenance for me, and in a sense where wherever I do find myself not being grateful for where I am, I just think about how far I've come, not because of the material that I've gained, but also the person that I've become. I've started to actually be aware of how important it is for you to be satisfied at whatever point you find yourself in life, because you can be caught up in that constant loop of wanting to gain more and more and more, and thinking that you're going to become more when you get more. But less is more, guys. Less is more, in a sense where you currently are has been a sum of the decisions that you have made up until this point. And what's going to get you to the next level, obviously, is going to require something far more bigger than what you've actually done to get you this far. It is very important for us to also know that the road is going to come with difficulty. And I iterate this a lot in the content as well. But that is one of the key components of what the current states of minds have always been. This is an opportunity for us to inspire and motivate you to look back to yourself as well. Inspire yourself about your own journey, because it is unique as it comes. The reason why I want you to empower yourself about your own story is that you get to live your life on a daily basis. No one gets to experience the experiences that you go through. And not just experiencing those experiences, but also our interpretation of it. So that's why it's important for us to equip ourselves with knowledge, so that we can be able to interpret even the most negative event of our life can have a positive into it. It all comes down to how are we going to be able to view it. So this is just a moment for me to be grateful for the fact that I'm doing a whole lot better than I thought I would. For once, Thando, stop trying to aspire and just take stock of where you currently are. You are literally becoming the person that you told yourself you're going to be. You become so committed in making your life a reality, and sometimes you don't acknowledge that you are doing your best on a daily basis, even if that base doesn't look the same. And I want someone else as well who's going to be interacting or having to listen to this, is that your base is not going to be the same each and every day. You don't wake up feeling up to it every single day. Hence why it's so important for us to instill discipline in whatever we want to make a reality in our life. And it all starts in that mental realm. So Arthur, in one of the recent episodes, he talked about how important it is to affirm what we want. We first affirm it in our mind and also in our speech as well, because that is how God created the world. He said, let there be, and there was. So it just shows the power of words and how they can either make or break you as a person. They can instill hope, or they can be able to damage, or I would say take you on the road less traveled. But the main emphasis, Tando, is self-belief is so important in making your life a reality. In every room that you're going to walk into, it's so important for you to bring who you are, not who you think is going to be acceptable, because once you start off on that role, it starts to become a norm. And on my recent current state of mind, I talk about how we put on this mask because we fall into the trap of wanting to fit in and thinking that that mask is ourselves. We have an expectation of what the world wants us to be, and then we have an expectation of what we want ourselves to be. And we realize, especially when we are by ourselves, hence why it's so important for you to spend time with yourself, like befriending yourself, knowing who you are, and not even see those thoughts that are going to be driving you towards the change as demeaning, but instead, it's a gateway for you to identify what you need to work on. Doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. And I've been a victim of that many, many times in my life in trying to discover my journey as well. And I want you to also take that into mind that finding yourself is going to be something you're going to do for your entire life. You're not going to be stuck on one version of who you are. That version constantly changes based on the events that happen to you. Hence why it's so important for us to equip ourselves with the necessary knowledge so that even in negative situations or circumstances, we can be able to interpret that in a positive way. We can find and seep in that positivity even in through the negativity. It took me a while to actually realize that I am literally the architect of this building that I am actually building. And with great power comes great responsibility. We don't realize that wanting something and doing something that will make it a reality are two totally different landscapes. So many of us get to be stuck in the phase where this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. It sounds so beautiful when you're talking about it. Then eventually it gets to a point where we have to move on now and actually make it a reality. And how do we make that a reality? We start to face our fears. And trust me, it's not going to be the easiest thing that you're going to have to go through. It's going to be one of the scariest journeys ever that you're going to walk down upon. But trust me, it's a journey worth living. If you do remember the acronym of fear, fear is false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. And that instead of letting the fear get to us, we let it immobilize us. We feel the fear and then we do it anyway. I feared public speaking, but if I don't face that fear, then I don't overcome it. Anything that you fear right now has power over you because you don't want to fix it. You think speaking nicely about it is going to change it. No. To me, it was, you know what? Instead of you speaking in front of all these people, zone yourself, put yourself in a zone. Speak to them as if you have someone that you hold dear in your heart. You're speaking, you're trying to communicate these ideas, these concepts to this person that you love so much. It's not going to make sense at that moment that you're doing it, but just try to picture that person when you're doing it. And this is one of the fundamentals that my best friend actually taught me when he was pushed to actually do content because of he loved those conversations that we have amongst one another so much that he wanted me to share that with the world. But I didn't realize that he was actually planting a seed that what my responsibility to grow out and take care of, to instill it in the correct ground, to take care of that seed, to put in the necessary ingredients in order for that seed to grow. And it didn't like get to that moment, boom, we start going live on Facebook. We start speaking to these people. We start speaking. We obviously are going to have those moments where we're trying to ask, okay, where is this going? One live goes to two lives, two lives goes to three lives. Now we start doing this 5 days a week because practically we're like, what have I got to lose? whatever I got to lose, because as much as I can think about the negatives and how people are going to react to it, maybe people are not watching and all, those things can't guide you. Your guide is the fact that you are overcoming yourself. And it goes back to that thing. It's you versus you. It's you who you're trying to overcome. It's never about the outside, because no one knows what's going on in your mind. No one knows the inner demons that you have to fight with, the complacency that you have to fight with. And every single time you open those eyes, they are there at your bay, questioning you. So instead of you running away from them, how about you start befriending them? This is how we face the fear of public speaking. We communicate our ideas, because that is who we have control over. We read the books, we listen to the podcast, we do all these kind of things. Be ready ourselves, so that when that time comes that you need to go on stage, hell yeah, it just clicks. And it's not going to click the first time. It will even get to a point where you will freeze, bro. You literally freeze. Because that's the you that exists fighting the you that can be able to exist. It's all about you crossing that bridge, crossing that bridge, crossing that bridge, trusting that it will happen. And even if it falls apart, it's something that we tried. How I had to interpret that, I did not fail. I just found a way that didn't work. How empowering is that? You didn't fail. You just found a way that didn't work. Go and find something else again. Because every single day, we have that opportunity to ourselves. And trust me, sometimes I don't want to say this stuff, but I want to remind you that you're a mere mortal. One day you're going to die. One day you're not going to be here. Stop living like life is a guarantee. Stop living like every morning is a guarantee that you wake up. Nothing is guaranteed, bro. You can walk out right now, go to a place that you thought you were going to go, and boom, something can happen to you. Is that your will? It's not your will. That's the Creator's will. So, one of the biggest things I want to remind people is that you don't have time. You always think you have time. No, I'll get to that next month. I'll get to that next year. The moment we start to instill that kind of habit and attitude towards what we do, we start delaying everything. We start delaying. And by the time you realize you're in your 40s, you were delaying since you were in your teenage years. Because the moment you turned 18, the world saw you as an adult, because you are an adult. People want the responsibility of making their own decisions, but they don't want the consequences, the responsibility. Like every right has a responsibility. So you must turn up, bro. Like literally turn up, because that's what's required. We all wanted to be adults. Remember when we were so young? We couldn't wait to be adults, so nobody can tell us shit. When you find yourself in a place, oh shit, I literally have to save me. Ain't nobody gonna save you. So those are things I always think about. Like, with this 24 that you had, are you an inch closer than where you were from yesterday? I could talk about things that happened to me yesterday, but those things didn't break me. Instead, they made me. Every single struggle you face right now is making you. It's here to make you. So yeah, just being in my element again, I was just talking about the struggle shapes you, bro. The struggle like literally shapes you. So I just want us to understand that you have a picture of how you want things to go. You have your own plans. Like God will make plans, bro. But he won't tell you those plans. And you make your own plans, and you think those plans are gonna make you happy. Literally, this dude is not sitting out there trying to ruin our plans. We are doing that. We have a tendency of self-sabotage, and it's something in within the human aspect that most of us don't want to face. Because remember, I talked about when we were kids, we want to be adults. And then we became adults. Now we want to be kids again. Oh shit, take me back to grade one when my only worry was just having that bread with polony and that leaking ass juice. And the fucked up shit is you can't go back, nigga. Ain't no time machine. Ain't no back to the future and rectifying and doing all of that. I think you should forgive yourself for thinking adulthood was going to be easy because you wanted the outcome of nobody telling you shit. That's the problem. You think adulthood, nobody can tell you shit. Now, when that time comes, now you are in that position where, oh shit, I gotta save me now. I gotta take responsibility for my shit. And like I always say with the content, bro, like nobody gives a fuck what's happening. We just deliver the fucking product, bro. Who hurt you? That shit don't matter, bro. Like, deliver. We want this content. We want that. So I just want to be that guy that delivers. Because who am I trying to prove a point to? I'm trying to prove a point to myself. That's the motherfucker who I'm trying to be better than. I'm like, motherfucker, in March, nigga, you need to take this YouTube shit seriously. Post these videos. Market the shit. And then the rest will do its bits, bro. And I always try to remind our own generation of the power of algorithms. Like, dudes, if we don't learn how this shit works, we're gonna get left behind. If you can have a 49-year-old Gary Vee who didn't even grow up in the social media era and he's messing and doing the most out of it, it means he dedicated himself to learning how this shit works. We are so concerned about what's happening in someone else's life instead of being concerned about ourselves. How do we turn up into the world? The stage is already going to be set. Things are not going to change, bro. Like, nobody cares about their story, bro. Like, stop trying to look for pity, bro. Imagine if I pitied myself. Do you think I would have pitied myself to making this podcast, putting out this content? Because people are going to drive. They are going to respond according to the energy that you're going to put out there. And that's why I told myself when I started, bro, there's negativity. I'm going to choose this corner and I'm going to spread as much positivity as I can because that's the power. I made a choice. I made a decision. I was left alone. Motherfuckers were shitting on me. That's the other thing. People that have not done shit in their lives, they have all the ways that shit won't work out. You ask them, have you tried this shit? Nigga, this shit is not gonna work. Who are you to think you're gonna start a podcast in the hood? I'm like, watch me, dog. Those are the voices that I had to get away from. I'm like, nothing wrong with you, my G, but I need to get the fuck away from you because you are not feeding me. You need to feed my soul, nigga. Give me possibility. Like, your circle is so important because you are an outcome of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. What do I like to talk about? What am I becoming because of this person? Nothing personal against them. There are some niggas there, I just go to them and just talk shit. There are niggas who I go to because I want to talk business. There are niggas where I go for inspiration. I don't know it all. Master has failed so many times more than the student will ever try. I'm only trying to be a student. I'm only trying to educate myself on how shit works. And if you see me and you think I got shit worked out, think again, motherfucker. I'm bringing this shit. Everybody's bringing it, bro. Never tell yourself someone's got it figured out, even if they look like it, because looks can be deceiving. Remember when I said on the last episode, you are so good at putting on this mask that you can't be this mask, you know? You think deceit is gonna get you to the top? No! That shit will get you to the top, but it won't keep you there. Watch yourself when you're on the path, bro. Take it from me. I respect everybody, from the security guard to the cleaner to everyone, because I understand everybody's part of a hierarchy. Just because I'm taking calls doesn't mean I must look down on the security guard, the person on his hustle, the cleaner on his hustle, the person selling sweets on the hustle. So I respect each and every hustle. That is how you are gonna be able to be grateful, is if you respect everything. It starts with yourself.
Respect yourself enough not to be around people that are not going to add to your ambition. Sorry, my G, but you're not bringing anything valuable to me. I need to be in rooms where we're discussing ideas, bro. I ain't got time to discuss niggas. Who and who, what happened, who made a million, all of that. We were just gassing that person up. It takes the attention away from that person. So even at the time where I had to start this, I had to sit alone and be like, motherfucker, there's shit to do. That did the shit to do. Like, you need to get this shit done, bro. Stop talking about it, right? Remember from 2019 up until 2016, we were just telling motherfuckers we could get this podcast shit. Nick didn't even know what podcast is. COVID came. We got into that hyperbolic chamber. Now we need to face our own thoughts, complacency. Got left behind, bro. Thinking I was the shit. Forgot who I was supposed to be. Forgot what I needed to do, bro. Trying to keep people. You know that shit of trying to keep people that don't want to be kept? It's like holding on to a rope, bro. And that shit keeps on hurting your hands. But once you start to release, now you have time to go and heal those hands. Put some Zambak and Vaseline, bro, and heal those fucking hands. Because you can't take the next climb with the hurt from the previous. I want to encourage each and every person about our childhood traumas. We don't realize that we all have traumas up until we get to be adults. And those shit, they start to come out in relationships. Like, I got myself in that position where I needed someone else to complete me, and that was the fucked up shit. The moment you think a relationship is gonna fix you, you're already fucked. No, you needed nobody but yourself, and you needed to be honest. Yeah, we all grew fucked up. But now, as an adult, you have the responsibility to fix that fucked upness. That's why I chose to go to therapy. Niggas will tell you that's white man shit. Okay. Niggas want to be strong. We're trying to raise the next gen. We're trying to become people that we never became. That meant that we need to make different choices. Our parents didn't believe in therapy. But my G Bonger once said to me, he said, bro, don't forget to remind yourself that your parents, they were doing this shit for the first time. There are avenues that were not available to at that point that we do have right now. Mental health matters, bro. Like, mental health really matters. So I can't be part of the problem. I need to be part of the solution. I'm a father to a baby girl. And most importantly, I'm my son, bro. I need to take it easy. I ain't running no race with nobody, bro. But the one important thing that I always drive myself with is I want everyone to win, bro. Like, I want you to get yours. I want you to get yours and clap for someone else when their time has come, bro. Your time is coming. It's reminding me of this picture. There's Karim Benzema in the background. Ronaldo has been gifted his Ballon d'Or. And Benzema is clapping, bro, behind the scenes. Eventually, Benzema got to be in the position of Ronaldo and he won the Ballon d'Or. What does that tell you? Clap for others when their time has come. Yours will come too. But it just doesn't come by coincidence. It comes with you putting in work. I want to leave a legacy, bro. Like, my kids are going to inherit assets. My child already, bro, she's getting the most. And the biggest gift that you can ever give the people that matter most is your presence, bro. Presence over everything. It's not the material that you're going to leave with them, but the values. So I just want to leave a legacy, like I said, and one driving key factor is just because I didn't have a present father after 10 doesn't mean my baby girl needs to have that. I have a coming session right now, this coming month. It's not even this coming month, this current month, because this is going to be released in July with a therapist, and it's time to let go, bro. Like, We, the new gen, must get rid of these stigmas, bro, because they're not empowering us. So don't see therapy as a weakness, see it as a strength, because now it gives you the ability to see this trauma, where it came from. Heal, my brother, heal. I love reminding people, don't be entitled. Like whoever thinks is entitled to your success, they need to heal, motherfucker. You are going through the dungeon yourself. You were in the Coliseum getting your ass beat. And motherfucker wanna come and collect? Collect on who? On me! Sorry, bro. Like motherfuckers must heal, bro. Yeah, just because you know me, don't mean that you're entitled to that shit, bro. You see? I got that same initiative here from my own family, bro. I got it from my own fam. And like, this is a personal diary, man. And it's so important for me to be honest about it. People help you because they are looking for what they can benefit, especially family. They will remind you, everyone, they're trying to, damn, man, why am I thinking about the Vince Staples show, bro? There's this scene, man, Vince Staples goes to his family reunion, and each and everyone is trying to sell him an idea. Yo, Neff, can I hold some? Yo, I got this business idea. This next uncle is saying the same thing. And no one prepares you for that shit. Because no one saw you when you were building up. When I was recording this shit in my first property, using my phone. Because I didn't look down upon what I have. I'm gonna use this shit to my advantage. Started with the audio. And the most important thing is that we brought it to video. We were facing our own fears. And your fears as well are going to be required to be faced. You need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. So I need to put myself in a position to win, bro. Like the next gen, they're going to be winners. It's an attitude. It's a way of life, bro. Like, we as melanated people must stop thinking that we were born for poverty. We were born to struggle. Some struggles are self-initiated, bro. We get to be in the wrong rooms. And what are those rooms gonna do for us? They gonna fuck us up. That's the shit it's gonna do. But a perfect reminder is the worst thing you can ever do when things are going wrong is for you to make things worse. Be careful who you tell good news to. Be very careful who you tell good news to, bro. Motherfuckers are not happy about themselves. And you are, hey, I bought a TV, yeah, I bought this. That's a fucking achievement, bro. The people in Volgiers, bro, they have nothing to show for it. It's not just about the material itself. It's about you actually achieving something. It's tangible. You're holding on to it. The very same phone I'm using right now, I went into the shop and bought that with my blood, sweat, and tears. I sweat for this shit. You woke up. And don't tell me you waking up every morning don't matter, bro. Because you don't know the amount of possibilities that you're not just opening for yourself, but for those who are associated with you. I'm going to unlock those opportunities for my baby girl, bro. She's entitled to that shit, but eventually I'm gonna teach her, bro. Dad is not gonna be available all the time. So I need to teach you that one day dad is not gonna be here. Which is the emphasis we started this episode with. You are immortal. You will die one day. Stop living like you're not, bro. Stop thinking you have time. You don't have time, bruh. I'm gonna be 30 next year and I'm fucking scared. Niggas are 40 and they've been depending on mama since when, bro? Since Kingdom Come. And they wanna head on a youngin'? A nigga that's grinding? Even if it's 5 rand, bro. You hustled that shit. So give me my props, bro. Like, if I'm rendering you a service, don't tell me it's just a mere $10. Don't tell me that shit. It's my $10. I worked hard for it. So that when you go on stage, bro, and you're thanking the Almighty for the power and the grace that He provided you. Because I also remind Chad the other day, I'm like, bro, we might not speak to our parents, but their prayers, bro, they work. Because we're always going to war. Sihamba kwezindawo that are dangerous. Like, we do not know how their prayers are protecting us. Something said take a left and you were supposed to take a right. And in you taking that right, your life would have been lost. You would have lost your position. You would have lost all of these things. That is who I'm thinking about. The people that are praying for us, to guiding us. Mithando ziyabazali bethu ibalulekile fethu, and I don't understand how people cannot give back to people that have sacrificed life for abo bonke. My mom sacrificed and ensured that I went to an English speaking school. She didn't have the funds to make sure that I go there, but she was like, my child is going to have a better life than me. My baby girl is going to have a better life than me. And if I should be the last one who's going to work so that I can teach her to create work for herself and not go through the same bullshit that we're going through right now, but it comes with the territory. So your hustle right now, what you're doing, whether you work in a call center, wherever you work, I want you to take a moment and not look down upon that shit, because that very same hustle that you complain about puts food on your table. It puts clothing on your back. Stop being ungrateful. I know I went in a little bit of a rant, man, but this current state of mind, I was like, when inspiration hits you, you must answer. Your feelings have nothing to do with it. But thank you so much to yourself, Thando, first of all. Why am I thanking this young man all the time? Because this guy, he had to fight all of these things throughout every single time. Even when I'm going to look back in the next 10 years, I'm going to say thank you to the 29-year-old. I'm 39 at that time. It's a marathon, not a sprint. I'm the motivational maniac. I go by the name of Thando Nkonyana. Namaste and shalom.